Hi friends, welcome to Veteach. In this session we will go for unit of refrigeration. So that here what is meant by unit of refrigeration, that is considered as capacity of refrigeration. So that here up to now we are discussing about refrigeration. So how we will measure the refrigeration? For example, you are taking a length of the object. For example, here I am taking a table. Here I am asking the length. So you can measure the length of the table. After completing the measurement, then we will go giving the dimension. As for example, this is 50 meters. We will give the length in terms of meters. So here meters is the unit for that length. Similar way here, for refrigeration also we are having certain unit that is considered as unit of refrigeration. So here the unit of refrigeration is considered as capacity of a refrigeration unit. It is generally defined in terms of ton of refrigeration. Means here the unit for refrigeration is considered as ton. Means ton of refrigeration is considered as unit for refrigeration. So here a ton of refrigeration is defined as the quantity of heat to be extracted in order to form 1 ton of ice at 0 degrees Celsius in 24 hours. That means here if we are taking certain amount of a substance, that can be considered the temperature as 0 degrees Celsius entire 24 hours. That is considered as 1 ton of refrigeration. So here from the liquid water at 0 degrees Celsius, you can take the substance. Means 0 degrees Celsius is considered as in terms of liquid only. So if it is considered as an ice, definitely it goes to negative temperature. So that here if we are maintaining the 0 degrees Celsius, that is considered in terms of a liquid. So here we are taking the 1 ton of refrigeration based on the mathematically. So here 1 ton of refrigeration. So here 1 ton of refrigeration, 1 ton is considered as 1000 kgs. Similar way here we are taking the 335 kilojoule per kg. This is for consideration of the factor. Similar way here you are taking 24 into 60 into 60. This is related to time constraint. So here we are taking the time constraint in 1 unit of refrigeration as 24 hours. But here in real time scenarios, we will go for analysis based on the seconds, not for days. For example, here we are taking a substance. That substance can be analyzed based on the time period with respect to seconds. Means in the 10th second, in the 20th second, in the 30th second. Likewise, we will go for the analysis. That's the reason here we are converting that in terms of seconds. So here 24 hours can be converted in terms of seconds. For each and every hour we are having 60 minutes. For each and every minute we are having 60 seconds. So that here the entire 24 hours can be converted in terms of seconds as 24 into 60 into 60. That's the reason here in the denominator part we are considered 24 into 60 into 60. So finally we will get 1 ton of refrigeration in terms of seconds. So here finally we will get 1 ton of refrigeration based on the kilojoules per second as 3.87. So after doing the entire simplification, we will get the value as 3.87. So here we are taking in terms of SI unit. So that here what is the consideration of SI unit? Here we are taking the units as in terms of kilojoule per second. So you can put outside as kilo. You can consider joule per a second. So joule per second, this can be considered as watt. So that watt is unit for a power. So that finally we will get kilojoule per second as kilowatt. So that here in SI unit we will go for unit conversion in terms of kilowatts. So that is considered as 3.5 kilowatts. So that 1 ton of refrigeration based on the SI unit, we will go for 3.5 kilowatts. So here this can be converted in terms of minutes. So that here we will multiply it with 60. So that we will get 3.5 into 60, we will get around 210 kilojoule per minute. So based on the time period, we will go for conversion. If we are maintaining the analysis based on the seconds, then we will go for kilojoules per second. If we are maintaining in terms of minutes, kilojoule per minute. If we are maintaining the analysis based on the hours, we will go for kilojoule per hour. Likewise here, based on the requirement, we will go for analysis based on these conditions. So in general, in terms of kilojoules per second, 1 ton of refrigeration has 3.87 kilojoules per second. Whereas you are considered in terms of SI unit, then we will get 3.5 kilowatts. So here this can be converted in terms of minutes, then we will multiply it with in terms of 60. So that 60 into 3.5 we will get around 210 kilojoules per minute. This is consideration of unit of a refrigeration. Coming to here, we will go for coefficient of performance. So here coefficient of performance can be calculated based on the input and output. So you can go for measurement of a performance of any instrument or any component, that is based on the input and output. So the performance can be based on output to input. So this is nearly efficiency. So output to input. So that here we will get what is the performance of that component based on the given constraints. Likewise, here the coefficient of performance is the important term in a refrigeration effect. This can be defined as the amount of cooling produced by the system. This cooling is done by the expense of some energy input. That means here we are having a refrigeration concept. The main motto of refrigeration is to reduce the temperature of the room. So that here from the outside source we are giving some amount of input. Based on that input we will get the output as the low level temperature. So that here how much the temperature it can be reduced due to the given input. Based on that we will go for consideration of coefficient of performance. So here output is considered as reducing the temperature, how much the temperature it can be reduced. So that is considered with respect to how much the energy we are providing to that system. That system is considered as a refrigeration. So here we are giving some amount of additional energy based on the outside source, that is considered as input of the refrigeration. The output is considered as reduction of the temperature based on that system. So that here how much the temperature it can be reduced based on the given input, that is considered as coefficient of performance. So here we are going for consideration of output as in terms of kilowatts. So that here we will get kilojoules per second. Coming to here input is considered as work done by the compressor. So that here that is considered as kilojoules per second. Here you can observe the compressor can take the energy or work from the outside component. So that here work done by the compressor, that is considered as input of that refrigeration system. So that is considered in terms of kilojoules per second. In this way we will go for calculation of the coefficient of performance of a refrigeration based on the given considerations. Thank you.